Namaskar and welcome to this exciting show, Sathology Debunking Mythology. We have a very special guest. You've heard him many times. And today we are talking on sadhana for myself, dharma for everyone else. Well, dharma can be swadharma also, but sometimes sadhana makes swadharma stronger. So when an individual focuses on sadhana, then automatically he's following swadharma as well as dharma for outside. So let us discuss with Dr. Praveen Tiwari. Namaskar.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram, and hello to everyone who's listening to me right now and Aditya.
It's always a pleasure to have you. And first of all, welcome back. And we all hope and pray for. I think you have already recovered, but we all want to see you even more healthy and smiling and jumping. So thank you so much for coming today. So yesterday when we were speaking with a musician from India, his name was Raja Singh. He joined from Jabalpur, and he put his band's name as Sadak, and he very beautifully explained that how in the musical parampara they have to follow the guru shishya relationship, and without that they are not they can never become a guru and they can never become a. So without that, they're not considered serious singers if they don't have that parampara. But in the normal life, sometimes a guru becomes a fashion symbol that I have a guru, I have a guru, I have a guru. Everyone quotes, I have a guru. But the sadhana aspect is highly missing everywhere. So people want to be spiritualists, but the sadhana is missing. So I would like to first you to define the term sadhana and dharma and swadharma before we move on.
First of all, thanks everyone who is listening, and always it's great pleasure to talk to a person like Aditya Satsangi, who himself has a great knowledge about sadhana, bhakti, and Aditya has given a you know tremendous effort to create this mission called Saktology. I called it as a mission. It's not just a YouTube or just a campaign kind of thing. It's a mission which will continue forever. And I really appreciate the entire team of Saktology. Now, as far as sadhana is concerned, I explained a few things about Saktology because in life, everything is a sadhana. You are sitting somewhere for 2 hours, 1 hour in a temple or anywhere. You are chanting with your mala, and you are doing some kind of karm kand. Karm kand is few things which is defined by scriptures, by people who teaches you the religion. So it's not just to follow certain commands. Sadhana is your life. It's a it's a it's a it's a feeling. It's a situation. It's a thing which is entirely related to you. It has nothing to do with anything outside. Anything outside. So now, where is the temple where you do the sadhana? As Aditya made he talked about my health, and with your good wishes, now I am recovering very fast. I had a small surgery a month ago, and now I'm recovering from it. So during this period, I I went for a revision of the scriptures. I have piles of book, and I love to verify my own thoughts with Vivekananda, Krishnamurti, Sharananandi, Prabhupada, Yoganand Paramahansa, and so many people. I have piles of books, and many of the time I try to verify my own thoughts that whether I am thinking in a, because I belong to 2020 generation, and these things were written, few years back, a long back, few of them 1,000 years back. But when I find that everything written that time is still applicable and is true entirely, whatever said at that time is true even in today's era. So I went for a revision of all these thoughts, and for my surprise, when you are recovering from some disease, or you came out from some near death experience kind of thing, so most of the time your spiritual mind is awakened. If you are not focused to your injuries and your healings, if you are focusing on for being, you have lost everything. If your prana tattva, your life source is not there, this body has nothing to do with the entire world. It's just a garbage. There is something within you which makes it blossom like a flower. You just cut the flower from from its roots. When it is removed, whether you are putting it to God's feet, whether you are putting it to some flower pot or anywhere, it will be dead, within hours or within a day or two. So there is a life source in everyone. Like a flower, we are also planted somewhere. There is a tree or whatever you say, but we are not. You cannot witness as you're watching a tree or a flower. You can watch it that it is on something, and you'll feel yourself as independent. You are moving, you are not attached to something. And that's the biggest problem with us, that we don't understand that we are also hooked somewhere. So once you realize that you are hooked somewhere, and you go to those scriptures. So at such a time when I was recovering, I went for the revision, and I find that this thought is the core thought for everything. To know your Atma Tattva, that source of life, and that Prana Tattva, to know it is everything. All the scriptures, including Bhagavad Gita, or any scriptures, your Upanishads, Vedas, everything is talking about just single thing: know Atma Tattva, the spiritual life source within you. You are everything. That God, that Krishna, that Ram, that Shiv is within you. Once you find, and now it's very easy to say, in India, you come and ask anybody, he'll say Shivo Aham Brahmasmi. These are very common. No, but just saying, reading it, speaking it, just listening it, or teaching or preaching. Even if I am preaching something to you and I am not realizing it myself, it's good for nothing for me. It won't lead me to anywhere. But quite possible, if you'll pick this point, if you'll focus your life on this point, that everything written on this earth as spiritual scripture is just talking about, and you can verify it yourself. I did it for a month, entire month. I read all the Upanishads again, and it was very easy for me because I have to go like this. I read it I read it deeply long back, and now once I realized that what they are exactly, every book is talking about the same thing. that know yourself, and that is done by sadhana. You have sadhana is like, I mean, you are aiming on something. In Hindi or in Sanskrit, nishana sadhana, aiming something. So aiming something, what does it mean? You are aiming. You introduced a sniper in the introduction. So they are aiming on something. So they understand this aim and this pinpointing a particular point. They are very focused about their target, their goal. So once you are targeting on that prana tattva, now just listen me with entire focus, because this single sentence can change your life. You'll understand sadhana. Just you have to be focused on that. Your target should be that atmatan, where it is. These are my hands, these are my fingers, these are my eyes, my nose, my ears, everything, my heart, my kidney, my brain, everything, my. Who am I? Who is this my? Kiska hai? All these things belongs to someone. Who is that? So that is you. But you are not aware of that. You think that you are hands, you are tongue, because once you are, you are thinking, even not even witnessing, you are just thinking about some delicious dishes and watering your mouth, smelling something, seeing a beautiful girl, a beautiful boy, and you are, getting some impression. So everything you are witnessing through your senses. But beyond these senses, there is a life source. There is a prana tattva. To focus on that life source, to understand that life source, or Atma Tattva, I must say, as Vivekananda explained it in his, many of these speeches which he delivered in America only, especially in California. So he talked in detail about Atma Tattva. So I guess you'll understand. I mean, this word is very beautiful. I don't want to go for any English translation of this. You can go to the spiritual awakening. You can go, but this Atma Tattva is, it's an element, the spirit element. There is an element within you. I'm emphasizing on this small point again and again, because this is the only thing. Once you'll start focusing on that Atma Tattva, and once you'll find that Atma Tattva, you will understand the real goal of being on this earth, being a human. So I hope I just wanted to make you understand. I mean, as Krishnamurti, J. Krishnamurti always talked in a very good manner. I'm not preaching anything, and I am not, authorized to teach you anything or preach you anything. But I can share my experiences. So once it strikes that this guy is saying, some sane things, so we can, it's harmless. We can try it. So you can try it. I'm not forcing anything, and I'm not saying that it's the ultimate truth. But this is the way how J. Krishnamurti explained. We are discussing something. Just come and sync with my thoughts. If you'll go with these thoughts, and you see that, oh, these are the thoughts which I think, I have no discomfort in accepting these thoughts, and I find myself it as a prime question of my life, that who am I? What is within me? From where I have come and where I will go? For what purpose I am here? Just to enjoy life or the five senses, which the pigs, the horses, the donkeys, the dogs, everybody is enjoying these senses, or quite possible better than you. So this is not the core purpose of your life, or to earn money, to and then force yourself for suicide after gaining so much money, so much power. You're forcing yourself for, to quit because you're not able to handle these things. So so going outside will always trouble you, will always trouble you. I'm not saying just, leave the world. Be within the world, and you will win the world only once you'll find yourself. Everybody will follow you. Now, who is the real celebrity? In my life, Vivekananda is the real celebrity. He was not even having, bread to eat. He remained hungry for many days. He didn't have money to travel America. He begged many people to travel. He never fought for these things. But now he is the real celebrity. Everybody is following him. So is with all the, spiritual leaders. I am not saying that you become a spiritual leader, but at least you find yourself, and in that way, you'll find that anybody who is succeeding in his life is having these small, this small formula of life will lead you to success. That who am I, just find that first, and then you'll understand the anasakti. It will be a, it will become a long lecture instead of a conversation. So I'll come to Aditya on that point, that you'll understand anasakti and other things only once you find yourself, once you understand your spiritual inner core.
So many times we think that we are usually soft on ourselves and hard on others. So when we are doing sadhana, we are very lenient to ourselves, but we expect a lot from others, and that becomes very troublesome for our own spiritual sadhana, because it's you want to be very lenient to yourself. You think you're superior, you can do anything. Now when you compare to dharma, dharma can be the dharma of the king, dharma can be the dharma of the country, dharma can be the dharma of the object. And since we're only talking about people, so one's dharma may not be somebody else's dharma. Like, for example, it's the duty of a doctor to protect anyone which comes to him. That's an oath he has taken. I don't know what the name of that oath they take. Whether it's a criminal or a not a criminal, police, anyone, it is his dharma. But a soldier's duty is to protect people that he's loyal to. So it's a conflicting dharma now. So the same person who is injured comes to soldier or the doctor, their duties are totally different. Their dharma is totally different. So when we, so so that's why we said sadhana for myself, dharma for yourself, somebody else. So this dharma can be very external and also very like a law, because it's a law of the prakriti. It's not just a law of whimsically created by a man. And sadhana is definitely chosen by a man, like, because you can choose to do any sadhana. You can just say that I won't drink coffee for 2 months. That's a sadhana. And then you can. But if there is a spiritual goal to discover yourself, to connect with yourself, then it's a different matter altogether. So how do you distinguish between the two?
So, in my opinion, I have explained sadhana. What is my opinion? As I said that this is my own experience and how I interpreted all the scriptures and all the spiritual gurus. Now, as far as dharma is concerned, I really love the definition given by Swami Sharanananda. Uh, he was a great saint. He didn't have a great knowledge of scriptures or something, but he had all the knowledge. I mean, he understood it from within only. Every Veda will come out from that you are the only source. You have everything within you, and you can find it very easily. Whoever listening to me right now can do this small experiment. You go within, and once you'll go within, you'll start finding all the answers within you. Whatever you ask to others, or you are listening, some motivational or spiritual videos, or reading books, just because there are questions which are unanswered. Once the answers, the questions are over, you don't want any more answers, and you only have answers. So Swami Sharanananda told about dharma as, in Hindi, अपने अधिकारों का त्याग, दूसरे के अधिकारों की रक्षा. So leave all your rights, all your possessions, and protect others' rights. Protect others. Now, suddenly it shocks so many people. So we can't expect anything. This expectation, as far as dharma is concerned, this expectation is the greatest problem. Now, dharma is, as Aditya is asking me, and I know about his mission. So, as far as spiritualism, dharma, sadhana, dharma, these have two partition in today's era. Ones which are evident, which we are following together. So, once dharma as a team, once we are talking about dharma as a team means the people group,
As a
like
community.
Satology.
As a community.
Yeah. Yes, community. Like Satology, we are few people here who are sitting together and trying to exchange our thought. And
More than 600 people watching us live.
Yes, that's great. It's a huge group then. So we will start practicing and focusing on. Now the power of one has become power of one. Aditya Satsangi has started something, and now 6,000 people and many thousand people in India are getting connected with him. It's becoming huge. Started from a single person like Prabhupada. Prabhupada started a small mission, and then now you can see ISKCON and all the efforts by him. Vivekananda alone, went to America, and then now you can see RK Mission, and everybody is talking about, the whole country is running on his thought. So now this is the combined dharma. This is the community dharma. What Aditya always focuses on, because Aditya is on a mission. So when I start speaking about sadhana, dharma as an individual, so it will become more like spiritual preaching. So I guess this platform is more concerned about how we can go in the right way. This team, this entire team, and what should be our dharma and what should be our sadhana. So I'll focus on right now today in this talk. I'll try to focus on this thing. Our dharma is to understand the truth and make everybody understand it. In one line, to understand the truth ourselves and then make other people understand it. Anybody on the earth has ever witnessed truth, they have followed Sanatan Dharma, Sanatan scriptures, and you can find this connection to anybody in any religion. You can find that there is some element of Sanatan. Why? Because this is the most scientific dharma, which gives you stepwise way to achieve that truth. And people, like, if you are studying MBA, medical, or whatever faculty you are into, you are studying those books. You have certain, the seniors have put their theories and their research papers are there. You are studying those and you are going for new research. This is the way how we learn other courses. So is with the dharma. So when you go to the scriptures, the research papers done by people who were in the Sanatan Dharma, you will find this is the most scientific dharma. So dharma is to, as in my one sentence definition I told you, to understand truth ourselves and to make other people understand the truth. and or in a way I can say to help other people who are curious about it. I don't know, in 600 people, how many people are from uh, uh, from which place they belong to, or which fraternity, or which community, or which religion, or which puja paddhati, or the worship technique they are following. I'm not aware of it, and I'm not even concerned about it, because I know that they are curious about truth. Truth is the ultimate dharma. So once you'll go within, you'll find your own truth. And Hindu Dharma and Sanatan Dharma will certainly help you in understanding it. Aditya is doing a fantastic job. He is bringing so many people from different, from various fields, and they are sharing their thoughts, experiences, and you'll find that most of them belongs to Sanatan Dharma, because they understand it very easily. As I told you in my initial statement, once you'll come to India, you'll ask a child, a small. My son is 11 years old. He might not understand his school books, or but he understand Shivoham, Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savita, Gayatri Mantra, the importance of, because this is in our blood, this is in our culture. But we have, this is like studying ABCD and not able to uh, frame it in sentences, words, and to create scriptures, novels, books, or speak in a better way. It's something like you are understanding the basics, the ABCD of Dharma. So in India, this is very common. A small, even a small children, a small boy or girl will let you understand, make you understand that what is Dharma. But to understand it in a true mean, you have to become curious, like the 600 people right now curious about Dharma with Sathology, or 6,000 or 6 lakh in future will be curious about. So first of all, just listening, asking question, and going to the right path. I really, I congratulate these 600 people, because they are into a platform which is really leading them to understand the real dharma. And once you'll start participating in such efforts, you will be able to understand the deep knowledge about the scriptures and other things. What Aditya and his team has been talking to other people also. So my point is that if I'll wind up this question in nutshell, that first of all, you have to understand the Sanatan Dharma. Now I have given this long explanation in initial way, because now I am making making a statement which is very important. You must. Again, I cannot force you to do anything, but I can advise you, and this is up to you that you follow my advice or not. That you must try to understand, try to study the Sanatan Dharma, because this is the most scientific dharma to understand yourself and to achieve that Atma Tattva, which I explained in the answer of first question. So this is dharma. What Aditya is doing, he is trying to make you understand. First, he understood himself. He's in America, and he has been a CEO of many companies. Still, he has been into corporate world or whatever he is doing. He's very famous. He's writing books, but his core business is to make to understand dharma himself and make you understand. So, in a true sense, I find Satyology is doing their dharma. So, this is a real life example which can make you understand that what dharma exactly in our life. You might be having your own dharmas. Rearing of your children is a dharma, or helping your old age mother father is also your dharma. This, I mean, you can go for a long explanation. We can write an entire book on that. In a nutshell, follow follow the inner core to understand yourself and to make other people understand is the real dharma of each and every human being. And Sanatan Dharma is the way which will lead you how to do it, how to find ourselves, and how to make other people understand it. So Sanatan Dharma will make you understand about it.
A great explanation, Dr. Praveen Tiwari. For the viewers, I'll say very simply, just to one-liners. I love one-liners, and most of you understand one-liners. Sadhana makes you discover yourself, and dharma helps you to keep your sadhana on the right track. So in that way, you guys can pick and choose. And one thing good about Sanatan, what he was referring to, many times he referred, it just means eternal original. So when a child is born, he's born with a particular guna and karma and a particular family. So his dharma is already decided in many ways because of the actions he's taken. So anyone who stays natural in that way, I'm not saying to go back to that, but just understand and your own strengths and pick and choose. One good thing about Sanatan culture is that we don't tell you what to do. We just give you options. You pick and choose. So the freedom
Very
is
true.
with you. In with other cultures and faiths, they tell you what to do. And believe me, none of us like to hear or to be told what to do. We want to find it ourselves. So my point is, Sathology means science of truth or study of truth. It's anti-mythology. Mythology means science of myth or fake. So in Sathology, we only recommend you that you discover yourself. We have a wide variety of options you have. You have Ramayana, Mahabharata, Puran, Upanishad, lot of literature. One of the most documented systems on the planet. And you pick and choose. So with that, I'll have to end this discussion because the time is getting up. But I'll give the forum back to Dr. Praveen Tiwari to say a few words, last few words here on this channel, on this show.
Thanks to everyone who were listening to me. Finally, as Aditya has beautifully summed up whatever I was explaining to you, and this is something really very great about him. He has been into continuous discussion, so now he has that. So this is the way. Aditya is an example. I must say, whoever listening to me right now, that you all should get yourself in. We all are going for many websites. We are searching to so many things. We are going to YouTubes for so many things, or we are very much active these days, active on social media, and doing so many stuffs. Start focusing on inner core, how to find myself. And Bhagavad Gita, Indian scriptures, the scriptures of Sanatan Dharma will make you understand that how you'll find yourself. And the core question, because everybody will be striked with these questions: how to do it, how to do it. This is very easy, and as Aditya said, you're nobody is going to force you anything that you have to follow this ritual. I am into my sadhana while I am talking to you. I am into my sadhana. Nobody forced me for it. And talking to you is also, it is some kind of sadhana. It is not my choice. If you'll start following uh, you know Sanatan Dharma's path, you'll start getting those vibes, those directions itself, which will lead you to make other people understand. I am continuously saying these two things continuously. I'm saying, first understand yourself, first know who am I, then help others to understand about the same. This is the real dharma, and Sanatan Dharma will help you. in finding the same. Thank you very much for listening, and thanks for giving this much love, Aditya.
Thank you so much, Dr. Praveen Tiwari, and love to have you again on some other topic. Viewers, thank you for watching, and keep watching and keep subscribing. Forward to your friends, and let this mission spread. It's not about the YouTube channel or any of the media. Media, you know how it is. Media is, but I love media. But I would like you to spread it out and spread the good word. Thank you, namaskar, and come back again in 5 minutes. Dr. Swami is speaking, so don't miss that. Thank you.